I'm home. Oh. Juro, are you sleeping?
Yakushiji?
Sorry, did I wake you?
That dream. The woman at Sumire Bridge. It was Fuyusaka-san.
What?
Oh no. You heard me?
Fuyusaka-san is in your class, right?
This has nothing to do with you.
Was he dreaming? Or remembering? And why about her?
What a nice evening.
Fluffy.
Turn on the TV, will you? I won't bother you if you do.
Such a demanding cat.
Boring. Keep going. Ooh, yes, that's the one. I'm watching
I shot Tomi.
Well, then I stand corrected. Looks like you had it in you after all. A deal's a deal. I'll poke inside Juro's head for you.
What does Juro's dream mean?
What are you talking about?
The one about Iori Fuyusaka. Why is he dreaming about her?
Don't ask me. I had nothing to do with it. Seems like he dreamt it on his own.
Oh.
He is a boy, and right at that special age. No surprise he dreams about the girl he's into.
That's not true. Could that really be true? Does Juro have feelings for that girl?
You know what that means. You're in the past now, right? Well, maybe this Juro.
Enough.
How about I give you an order that'll change that? Iori Fuyusaka's a witch.
So she's one too.
Indeed. Time to shoot and drag her onto the battlefield.
Thought it was gonna end there for a second.
Fluffy?
Hey.
What are you doing? Is this your idea of a joke? Wait, how did you get here? Are you trying to mess with me?
What? What's up with you? Is this about the other night?
No, that has nothing to do with it. I knew you were being annoying. Maybe I need a break.
You'll feel better after you shoot Fuyusaka. You know you want to.
I'm only doing it because she's a witch.
They say jealousy is flattering, but lying about it is just sad.
Agreed.
Iori Fuyusaka.
She said she wasn't interested, but it totally seemed like she was. So, yeah, there's that.
Come on, Miwa-chan. You're always looking for romance. You said the same thing about me and Kurabe-kun.
I know, but still. I'm definitely right this time.
Usami-chan? Really? I just don't see it.
We were just talking about Nenji-kun. You remember, right? She said she wasn't interested, but it totally seemed like she was. So, yeah, there's that.
Come on, Miwa-chan. You're always looking...
You said the same thing about me and
Fuyusaka-san.
Kurabe-kun.
Do you have a second?
Oh, you're in Natchan's class, right?
Yes. I'm Yakushiji. Could I talk to you? Just the two of us?
Huh? Well, sure. I don't mind.
How about on the roof? Is that okay?
All right, then. See you later, Miwa-chan. So what is it?
Oh. That's... Is he looking for me? This isn't good.
So what is it?
Oh,
Hmm.
Oh, hey, Nenji-kun.
Hey, Fuyusaka. Who's that?
Yakushiji-san. She's from 1C.
Is that right?
can't let that happen.
Damn it.
Actually, not the roof. Let's go that way.
Say your best friend hated your boyfriend. What would you do? Like, do you need your friend's approval? Yeah. So, what did you want to talk about?
Juro is mine. How dare you try to take him away from me? No, that's not why I'm doing this. This is... for him.
That's completely why you're doing this.
This is for Juro. Kurabe-kun? But... is it really? Who is this for? This is for me.
Yakushiji-san?
Even so.
Yuri-chan! Are you okay?
Huh? Miwa-chan? Why am I... How did I get here?
Nothing to do with me, see ya. Uh-oh.
What did you do to Yuri-chan?
Miwa-chan?
This girl's been acting strange, Yuri-chan. I saw her just this morning in front of the school.
Talking to a cat.
She was talking to the gate, like it could talk back or something.
Oh, right, yeah, forgot.
To the... gate? You mean you couldn't see Fluffy?
Oh my god, she even named it!
Forgot the cat's a,
Yes?
ghost image thing. But then there's also a cat that's identical to it. That's the inactual cat.
I'm back. Juro. What should I make for dinner? I think we have some fish.
Personally, I think fish is absolutely disgusting, but
I'll grill some mackerel. Oh, and simmer some taro.
I've tried fish once in my life
And
by
done.
complete accident. and I almost threw up
Something
immediately on
smells
the
good.
spot. It was nasty.
You're awake. Just in time for dinner.
I mistook a fish fry or some shit for like a chicken tender. Like, oh yeah, man, chicken, I love that. Wow, everything is wrong in the world. Where's the nearest garbage can before I fucking die?
Am I Juro Izumi?
What? Are you saying... Do you remember me?
You knew about this? That these dreams are really his memories? Please, you have to tell me.
His memories haven't returned yet. Is what Fluffy's been doing really working? I hope so. You're Juro Kurabe.
Why are you saying that?
It's all I can say. I made a promise to Tamao-san.
My grandma?
Please, don't ask me anything else. I won't be able to continue staying here if you do.
I don't understand.
Juro. Juro. I can't believe you're really gone. The Juro I knew can never come back.
Megami-san, so this is where you went.
You were with Juro earlier.
I suppose this is technically the first time we've met. I'm Tamao Kurabe. You were crying. Poor thing.
Well, what do you want?
I know you have feelings for Juro.
What does that have to do with anything?
You desire to be by his side, do you not?
Oh, well... Of course I do.
Then you will do just that. I'll make the arrangements.
What?
However, I have two conditions. First, you will treat him as Juro Kurabe.
Huh?
You must not tell him anything about the future. Or about himself.
But why?
It's the only way to keep him safe.
I don't understand.
Can you do it? Can you treat him only as Juro Kurabe?
Well, I...
My other condition. If he starts to remember he's Juro Izumi, you must tell me immediately.
But he is. Why would that be bad?
It would be dangerous if he became Juro Izumi. Very dangerous. The reasons are unimportant. If you agree to these two conditions, you can live with him. What will you do?
I accept.
How wonderful. Here. These documents make it legal for you to live with him.
A rental agreement?
I'll tell Morimura-san of our arrangement myself. Please, go to Juro now.
Oh. Thank you. Fluffy. Can nobody else see you?
God damn it, cat.
Juro. Juro. Miss Morimura.
So, you've been living at the Kurabe house.
Oh, yes.
Has there been any change? Has he said anything strange? Any confusion about being Juro Izumi?
What makes you ask that?
It sounds like you know something.
Don't tell me. You know something?
Excuse me.
Kurabe-kun. Is something wrong? You look pale.
Tell me the truth. I'm actually Juro Izumi, aren't I? The way I am now is something you created.
What's this all of a sudden?
I get it now. The woman who keeps showing up in my dreams. The one I saw on Sumire Bridge. It's not Fuyusaka-san. It's you. Chihiro Morimura.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Have you been aware this whole time?
Kurabe-kun?
Juro! What was that about?
I don't know.
I don't know. I guess I'm convinced.
Hey,
Fluffy, you're talking to me here? Won't other people see?
this is an emergency. Juro's been taken.
What?
That idiot. He got too close to some dangerous people.
Dangerous?
Those who use magic for their own means. You went there before. The abandoned factory in Higoromocho. They're going to alter his memories. You need to go there again. You need to rescue Juro. Damn it. He's getting too far.
He's gone? I knew he wasn't real. No, it doesn't matter. Right now, Juro needs me. I'm on my way, Juro. Juro, this way.
Wait! Are you with him?
You know Fluffy?
Fluffy?
Don't worry. He can make you better. You're starting to recognize what's in your dreams, aren't you? Do you remember me?
It's not exactly like that. I finally understand. The things I remember, they aren't from the Juro you know.
No, that can't be. Why would you say that?
The things I saw in my dreams, they're memories. And the only memory I have of you is when I shot and killed you. I was worried. I was so afraid that I'd hurt you again. Because
Who are you? Is there really nothing left? There's no trace of him inside you? No. I betrayed everyone. I betrayed Tomi. It was all a lie. I'm such an idiot.
Yakushiji.
That cat. What was the point?
Wait!
didn't keep quiet for like half a second, and she probably would have heard exactly what she's been wanting to this entire time.
Juro, he really is gone forever. Are you all right?
You by yourself?
I am. Are you by yourself too?
There's someone coming. Can you stay and talk till then?
Making a child wait all by herself. Of course. I'll stay here until they come get you.
Where's your friends?
Well, I have some at school.
No, silly. I'm not talking about them. I mean your friend that told you to update the decode. Hmm? What's wrong? You look like a scared kitten. Hold it right there.
Who
Oh my
are
god. Toddler with the
Who
gun.
ordered you to update the decode?
you? Decode? Do you mean the Deimos code?
Yep. I know it wasn't you. Tell me who it was.
It was a cat.
Huh?
A fluffy black cat with a white-tipped tail.
So you caught her.
Renya Goto.
You're late, Goto-kun.
Did you know? Do you understand what you did to me?
I sealed your powers as a witch to fight the kaiju. That's what I was told.
Witches and cats. Interesting story.
I thought you'd be able to see through the ruse a bit more.
Wanna know what you shot him with? It was nanomachines. They added code to the ones already in their bodies.
The code expands the kaiju's capabilities. How strong it will allow them to become, we have no way of knowing.
That can't be.
The one behind all this, the one who manipulated you. It seems they are trying to take control of the decode. If they succeed, they will also have control of the Sentinel dock in the factory. In other words, we lose all our means of defense.
Are you aware of who that cat is?
No.
That seems bad. He must have known this would happen. He had a plan. That's why he used the girl, so we couldn't trace it back to him.
But that very cleverness is what proves it was him.
So, who is he?
No one you'd have heard of. He's a criminal from the future.
A criminal. From the very beginning, it was all lies. I won't forgive him. Not ever.
Alright, bye.
There you are.
About time you got back.
You lied to me. About everything.
You seem mad. But I haven't lied to you.
You're not a cat at all.
I've been saying that from the beginning.
You're a criminal from the future. I know you are. All that about ancient civilizations and curses. You've been playing me for a fool the whole time!
I haven't been lying. There is an ancient civilization. This may look like the 20th century, but it's not. Humanity actually died out in the 22nd century. It's been millions of years since then. So, in reality, The 22nd century is an ancient civilization.
So you're saying this isn't the real world? No, more lies! I won't be deceived again. I'm done being used. I won't be. I'm done being.
Gonna shoot the cat.
You convinced me to shoot my friends with this thing. And now you're in control of the kaiju and the Sentinels. Was that your goal all along? To end humanity?
I've already told you. This is a game. I'm only making preparations.
A game where our lives are on the line?
Not if things go the way I want them to. I can get you all out of here alive.
Whose memories are in Juro?
Ah, right. That. Those are my memories, actually. It's not my fault, though.
You really think I'd believe your lies again?
No, I don't imagine you would.
You were using Juro too, weren't you?
It was not my intention. But in the end, that is what happened. You need to give up on trying to bring him back. By the way, I forgot to mention, you're the final witch. But you don't have to meet the same fate as the rest of them.
Wait, what? Where is he?
Wow. It's fucked up.
What's happening? It's me? What is this? This is all my fault. I forced everyone into battle. But the only one who really deserves to die is me. Tomi, forgive me.
Aha.
To actually shoot yourself like that, it must have really been driving you mad. But don't worry. If you don't fight, there's no way you'll survive. You did what had to be done. I want to apologize about his memories. There were things that happened I didn't expect. But none of that matters to you. There's no excuse. I boasted about how I could bring him back. It may seem like I tricked you, but I really did all that I could. I had no ill intent. Well, maybe a little. I just wanted him to become the Juro of my world. I wanted to control his feelings of love. Almost like a parent to their child. I wanted my desires to become his own. I guess I hesitated once I saw the depth of your feelings. There was still some human left in me after all. You might not believe me, but I really have become fond of you. Megumi Yakushiji, the days we spent together were surprisingly fun. It gave me an odd feeling. as if I were on holiday with a cheeky daughter. You left me some nice memories. And now it's up to all of you. I've made all the preparations I could. Since I was unable to hold up my end of our contract, this is goodbye. If our plan succeeds, I want you to live out the rest of your life with Juro. Take care, and good luck.
Yakushiji.
Juro.
What happened? Did you shoot yourself in the stomach? With that gun? Please, wait. Just hear me out. Ever since I last saw you, I've been thinking about the dreams I had.
None of that matters now.
I dream of myself inside the Sentinel. I've seen it over and over. I fight in the Sentinel, taking down kaiju after kaiju, struggling in pain, fighting like some kind of possessed demon. Right arm destroyed. Damage immense. Pilot must cease control. I still have my left arm. Abnormality detected in life support. Emergency release of Sentinel pilot. Initiating. No! Cancel release! I'll continue to pilot. Overwrite command. I won't let them destroy Megumi City. This place is home to all our memories. Life support limit reached. Emergency release procedure. Initiating. No! Cancel the release! I'm not done yet. The more I thought about it, the clearer it became. The only one who has experience piloting Sentinels is the Juro Izumi you know. These are his memories. In battle, he was always calling out someone's name. I didn't realize it at first, but I know it now. It was your name. He was fighting for you.
Juro.
I'm not Juro Izumi anymore. But my feelings are the same. Maybe it's because of his memories. But even so, none of that matters to me now. Because I love you. My feelings for you are just as strong and true as Izumi's. Do you not feel the same way?
Thank you, but... Fluffy really was trying. Just like he said. He was trying to get his memories back. What do I...
It's true that I may not be as strong as him. But I don't care. I will protect you. With everything that I have.
No. I'll never let you fight on your own again. I'll fight to protect you too, Juro. I wouldn't have it any other way.
Does that mean... Yakushiji?
Yeah.
Look at him sleeping up there. I hope he's warm. So cute. I wonder if he'll still be there at lunch. Doubt it.
Fluffy. I know you're not him. I just wanted to say... I'm sorry. And Oh. I'll try my best. For you, Fluffy. Juro, I told you so many times, but you still went without me. This time, it will be different. This time, it's my turn to save you. I hope you're watching, Fluffy. I will beat this game. Sentinel, activate.
What's with the meteors raining from the sky? So I doubt those are supposed to be the kaiju going.
What do you think you're doing, Goto-kun? I believe I told you using the gate is prohibited.
Tell me, Miss Morimura, is history one of your better subjects? I have some theories myself. I'd like to know if they're accurate. For example, the true location of the lost nation of Yamataikoku. And the truth behind the Hanoji incident. How Oda Nobunaga really died. Unfortunately, my paper in middle school was bound to the failures of our historians. In theory, I could update it into a full report. In theory, at least. A shame that the gates are locked to specific points in time.
What are you really working towards?
It's simple. I want to know the truth.
Nope, I haven't done any of Goto's stuff yet. I figured since he was the last character I unlocked, I would save him until he was the last one I could do, but I can't finish Hijama's stuff until I do Goto's. So here we are.
Are you alright? This isn't like you.
That implies an understanding of what is like me. Or at least, that you believe you understand me.
That's not the point. You need to stop using the gate. I'm going to seal this place off.
He's also the character I've seen like the least of during the entire playthrough. So I figured it'd be a cool idea to just like do him in one single stretch.
Sounds like you've got something to hide.
I don't know what you're...
Wait. Perhaps a personal notebook seems a bit archaic, but it does present certain advantages. Digitized data can be altered, fabricated, falsified. No intelligent person should trust it. But you already know that, don't you?
You are acting strange, after all.
I hardly think you're in a position to talk. If anyone's changed, it's you. I can only wonder why.
What are you?
Miss Morimura, my question is, who exactly are you?
So, did the scout unit have anything for us?
Well, the surface is a total loss. The automated factories are all running at full capacity.
They're mass-producing kaiju.
Hey, getting used to everything?
The technology itself isn't so different from 40 years ago. The real surprise was finding that it's all been integrated into one unified system.
You sure don't seem like someone from your time.
How are things looking?
About like we expected.
Naturally.
All the nuclear plants are stable. Seems like it's the same for other countries, too.
Defensive measures. They want to ensure nothing interrupts production.
You sure don't...
Yeah.
So, these factories, are they particularly large?
It's more about how they got totally automated. That was back in 2080. They started functioning as part of a network instead of individual units.
A worldwide network comprising 1.2 billion factories. All fully integrated and synchronized. Based on a client's request, the computer designs a blueprint. From there on, everything is fully automated. Assembly, production, even cost-effective ordering of parts. The human element was no longer necessary for those processes.
So it's a manufactory that can mass produce anything on a global scale.
Goto-kun, are you holding up?
These grand revelations don't really faze me anymore. They all function as part of a unified global manufacturing network. By its protocols, all 1.2 billion factories worldwide remain in automatic, perpetual production. And their sole output are these mechanized kaiju, which we know as the D-Forces.
We checked on the plants in Kolkata and Chennai.
Since they're the largest plants of this era and all.
Their production rate has doubled over the last 3 days.
Just like last time. The timing matches up too.
Not long now. They'll make their move soon.
Morimura-san, regarding my home time, that is, the year 2064, you're certain we'll face a similar attack?
We don't have long until they appear in 2064. That much we know. It'll be just like last time.
No, not quite. This time, we have the Sentinels.
True. Anything on your end?
Loosely speaking.
We managed a partial data dump from the underground mainframe. Goto-kun?
It's an archived news report concerning a certain scandal. More important, though, is its date of recording.
When's the data from?
The year 2188. In other words, far in the future. Even more so than our current temporal position, 2104.
Let's see it.
Before dawn on the 20th, 8 Newman Inc. executives were taken into police custody. Charged with human trafficking and illegal cloning, their established motive was to tamper with human memories. Authorities consider this an organized effort and are pursuing further charges. Mind-hacking crimes have been on the rise in recent years. By exploiting nanomachines such as interlocutors, malefactors can overwrite stored memory information in cerebral synapses. This technique has recently been used to enable other associated offenses. These arrests come after a string of similar cases, including culprits criminally downloading memories onto another body. Evidence suggests these are attempts at a kind of technological reincarnation. And we've already seen more than 460 arrests connected to this practice.
Damn.
A log concerning the scandal involving Newman Inc. The report is dated 2188. Some of their executives were taken into police custody. The crime in question was apparently attempting to use nanotechnology to, in theory, take over physical bodies.
I didn't know it was even possible to download memories.
The crime apparently occurred in June of 2188.
Ida-kun.
That's not all. Let him finish.
Regarding this Newman, I found one more log that could be relevant. This report is from March, about 3 months prior to the other log.
Newman Inc., the tech giant known for interlocutors, has been acquired by Shikishima through a takeover bid. Shikishima's CEO had this to say.
Nanotechnology has made leaps and bounds over the 22nd century. Now, even the human body can operate with all the power of a supercomputer. Interlocutors have paved the way for humanity's next step in evolution. For any one of us, all it takes is a thought. And we can have the world itself at our fingertips. With the brilliant minds at Newman driving our nanotech business, we look forward to a brighter future for Shikishima and all our affiliates.
With this acquisition, Shikishima now sits among the top 3 in global market share of interlocutors.
3 months prior to the Newman Inc. incident, Newman was acquired by the conglomerate Shikishima. With these interlocutors, apparently some kind of nanomachine information technology, they've become one of the world's top megacorps.
They kept talking about those interlocutors. You think that's the nanomachines inside our own bodies?
Most likely.
So Shikishima's at the heart of this, too. At least we know we weren't wrong. This all began in the future after all. Still, 2188. 2104 is the furthest we can shift into the future. It's a shame, but I don't think we can verify this ourselves. I think we should drop this lead for now. Better to focus on protecting Goto-kun's hometown instead.
Maybe so. We're almost out of time, so we'll need to move quickly. Best to return to the school in the year 2064. We'll need the cooperation of the other 2 compatibles.
Goto-kun, we should focus on putting the Sentinels through the combat sims. I hope you can join me.
Sure. My apologies, Miss Morimura. Making arrangements in 1985 proved somewhat difficult. I'm sorry we've had to remain here the past few days.
Not much we can do if it's an emergency. I have to ask. Was it absolutely necessary to dress me up like this?
Does it bother you? Considering the age you appear, well, it struck me as the most inconspicuous choice.
Fair.
You're not having trouble walking, are you, Miss Morimura?
You should probably just call me Chihiro. Otherwise, we'll seem suspicious in public.
Okay, Chihiro. San.
Better drop the san, too. Honestly, I'm surprised you were able to find me at all.
A certain data log helped. I found records that your mind had been transferred into the young child standing before me.
This body is a juvenile clone of me. I ran an experiment to see if I could restore my compatibility. It turned out to be a failure. That's why I sealed my memories.
This compatibility, that'd be the ability to control the gate and the Sentinels?
You need compatibility to control the mainframe. I was once compatible myself. But after everything got rewound, I lost that power. Maybe it's hard for you to see how crucial that ability is. But you'll understand soon enough.
This refers to the humans who can control the UFO's mainframe. Those compatible have nanomachines implanted in their bodies.
What's going on with my actual body?
She's acting like a completely different person. My theory is that someone's taken control of her.
You're saying she got mind hacked?
She's clearly behaving very differently, at least. It seems like she's working against the Sentinel Project. It's like she's been influenced by 426. Or the man himself may just be wearing her face.
That certainly explains why you woke me up. Not much to go on, though. Either way, we'll have to do some more investigation. I can see it's been quite a while since my memories were sealed. 5 whole years. And now 4 sectors have gone dark. Talk about a rude awakening. First, you'd better catch me up on major developments in the last 5 years.
Easy enough. Hardly comfortable surroundings for a briefing, though. I'll explain over in 1985. That should do it for preparations. Now, let's see if the biometric authentication works. Did it go through? Looks like that got me past the initial barrier, at least. Now, with Miss Murimura's ID, I should be able to get into her logs. Found it. One of the logs she left behind.
Today's date is March 2nd, 2100. Well, I guess there's no point in putting a date to these logs. They've probably got 4 years left until the invasion begins. I ran an experiment on my clone. I wanted to see if I could make her more compatible. I had more than enough data stored in Sector 0. She would have had all my memories. However, I could not establish compatibility in the clone. No more than I could in myself. Maybe there really is no way we can survive this. Not even Ida-kun knows about this experiment. I've kept this attempt secret from everyone. The memories I implanted in the clone have been sealed. I left her in 1940 under the Miura family's care. She'll be able to grow up as her own person. Someone separate from me. Until they invade, at least.
Alright, so... I could be wrong. But she looks like she's in a Sentinel. And she's not naked. Which once again makes me question why they have to be naked. When they apparently don't.
Basing this project off of those memory overriding crime reports? All in an effort to achieve compatibility? So compatibility isn't just a matter of differences in the nanomachines. There's more. This file looks like the last thing recorded.
Ida-kun didn't make it back either. The remaining Sentinels are infected. No good to us. We're running out of options. We'll have to resort to Operation Aegis. If we go that route, we'll be risking the future of humanity itself. How do I make the call on a decision like that? But I don't know how else he and I can survive this. This is my only chance.
Ever since the battle that ended with the Sentinels infected, Miss Murimura has been pushing this operation as one of its fiercest supporters.
Still a good reason for that? Mm-hmm. I'm sure there is, and I can't wait to hear it.
The final log that Chihiro Morimura left on the UFO. She speaks at length on Operation Aegis. Her goal is that he and she would ultimately survive, even at the cost of humanity's future. The question is, who is he? Oh, that's puzzling. There's a log registered under my name. As far as I know, I've never recorded anything like this.
Renya Goto speaking.
Aha. Called it.
Did you confirm receipt of payment? Then I'm sure you can see to the details. I want her dead. Any means necessary. Execute her. And stop the project. That's not my problem. It's in your hands now. Do you realize what'll happen if her project gets approved? It could ruin everything we worked for. You know what must be done. Kill Chihiro Morimura.
Was that really me? That man was a Shikishima executive from the year 2188. Is that supposed to be my future? Seems like a private communications log. The other person on the line wasn't recorded. But it's clear enough what they're talking about. That was an assassination order on Chihiro Morimura. Which I seem to have called in. Oh? It would appear I can no longer rely on Shikishima. Miss Morimura, why did you have to die? Miss Morimura's death has left the Shikishima execs in disarray. Now they won't let me spearhead the Sentinel project, as if I'm just a child. I doubt my opinion will weigh much in their discussions going forward. Ayame Park, please. Ever since the battle that ended with the Sentinels infected, Miss Morimura has been pushing this operation as one of its
That was pretty quick, Goto-kun.
This refers to the I checked the corpse at the police station. It was yours, Miss Morimura. There's no doubt about it.
Is that so?
Yep, because I shot her.
About your death.
Well, it didn't exactly stop me. Here I am, safe and sound.
I suppose that's true.
So, what did the police say? So, what did the...
The cause of death was a gunshot to the abdominal area. No bullet was found in the body. Though it's easy to imagine why. The murder weapon was likely from beyond this time, beyond material bullets. Estimated time of death is approximately 1900 hours. You were witnessed running off somewhere with a short-haired student. According to a pedestrian's eyewitness account, anyway.
They found a witness. This era's police really did their due diligence.
There should have been that drone tracking her movement. So, anything helpful in its footage?
The timing couldn't have been worse. It looks like it was monitoring the government's movement at the time. So she wasn't even under surveillance.
I see.
Any thoughts as to our primary suspect?
An acquaintance of Miss Morimura. Described as a short-haired male in a student uniform. Most likely A. Sekigahara. The witness statement matches the description of A. Sekigahara.
It did seem like something was wrong with A. Sekigahara's memories. I wouldn't be surprised if he was our murderer.
Though it raises the question of why he bothered to lure her out. Surely a murderer's optimal scenario is to avoid being spotted at all.
Well, maybe it wasn't premeditated. He could have killed her by accident.
Well, he certainly is the type to brood over things. I can say he's not enough of an idiot to shoot someone on impulse.
Who else could it be? That man with that call sign? Some numerical name.
Logically speaking, he would naturally be another potential suspect. He did attempt to eradicate all the compatibles. He's a dangerous individual, and he's still at large. All that's left of 426 is his consciousness. I don't think I could reliably predict his behavior. He's desperate enough to do anything. 426 certainly isn't above killing. If Ida-san were here, I'm sure he'd declare 426 our primary suspect.
We know he killed at least 4 people. That's why I shot him dead in the end. If he resurrected himself as an android, maybe that would give him a chance at revenge. As a motive, it sounds pretty clear-cut.
Aside from Miss Morimura and Ida-san, 4 others came here for refuge 16 years ago. By the time I'd started assisting Miss Morimura's efforts, they'd already lost their physical bodies. Fortunately, we were able to use the data stored in Sector 0. This allowed us to meld their replicated consciousness with AI. As for how they lost their bodies in the first place, reportedly 426 is doing. He destroyed them all in one fell swoop. According to Ida-san's account, anyway. But if number 16 is to be believed, that's not what really happened. And Miss Morimura should be aware of that. I spoke with the pilot of Sentinel number 16. Back then, she gave Miss Morimura something nobody else would. The truth. 426. Miss Morimura, I have one more question.
What is it?
Regarding 426, would you say you had any particular feelings toward him?
Feelings? Well, he was certainly a good friend. I felt like he really understood me. Well, used to, anyway. Where's this coming from?
That doesn't make sense. According to number 18, or should I say, Tamao-san, I had a hunch about Miss Morimura's feelings, and my discussion with Tamao-san only confirmed my suspicions. I had a hunch, and my
Goto, I'm sorry for this. I know it's sudden. I need to talk to you.
Did something happen?
It's about Morimura-san. She's been transplanting 426's memories onto Juro-kun. I only just found out.
426? As in the escaped android?
No, not that one. She's using the memory data of the man himself. It was saved during the shift.
In other words, she's trying to use Juro to create another 426?
I did my best to talk her down. She's letting me handle Juro-kun's treatment now. Still, I don't think she's given up on this.
Why is she trying to bring back 426?
Well, I've been giving her some advice about it. And I understand where she's coming from, but... Morimura-san is in love with him.
With 426?
Maybe she always has been. That's why she wants him back as a human.
But she has to know the risks. He's a dangerous man.
True, but that's not exactly what she's remembering. Besides, she's the one who killed him. That guilt is still eating at her. Watch over Morimura-san. And try to keep her away from Juro-kun if you can.
I'll keep that in mind.
Thank you. I can barely take the idea of 1426, let alone 2.
So I was right. Miss Morimura did have feelings for someone. When Juro Izumi lost his memories, you aimed to use him to revive 426. Make one a vessel for the other. One reason seems most likely. You harbored romantic feelings for him.
Me? With him? You're joking. That Chihiro Morimura was mind-hacked, remember? You said so yourself.
I spoke with the pilot of Sentinel number 16. Back then, she gave Miss Morimura the truth.
Wait.
I spoke with
Okay,
the pilot
yeah.
back then, the truth.
Thought I was about to go do the one with Tamao again.
Wait, what do you mean? Could you go over that again?
Our defensive maneuvers failed. So we decided to stick to the plan. We all headed to the gate to escape. But there was an explosion while we were shifting. From what I can tell, the Type 98 we were shifting in got attacked. But that's the last thing I remember. After that, nothing.
But that means... Is that how your data was damaged? It wasn't some plot by 426 after all? Just an explosion? We never did manage to completely reconstruct your data. I thought it was just that you didn't get converted in time, but... You were all dead before the shift even happened. Ida-kun, you said he killed the 4 of them. I know you did. You said he sabotaged them, killed them.
Given the chance, he certainly would have.
You lied to me?
He already tried to kill us all in the past. You know he'd have tried again if we left him alive. Killing him was the right call.
No. That means...
My goodness, romantic... No, God no. Not my cup of tea.
Aside from Miss Morimura, 4 are that they'd already fortunate. This allowed... As for how they lost their bodies in the... Reportedly, according... But if number 6... That's not what really happened. And Miss Morimura should be aware... I'd like to revisit something you just mentioned. About 426 killing at least 4 individuals. Do you really not remember?
Remember what?
You've read my files, I presume? I gathered quite a lot of material in the past. Most of it is rather outdated, including Ida-san's statement concerning those victims. In other words, your answer is objectively incorrect.
Really? Well, can you blame me? Look at this body I'm stuck with. I'm bound to have some memories confused. If you have some comment on this form, then by all means.
No. That's not what I meant. If you recall, I suggested that Miss Morimura was mind-hacked. That idea was based on a certain piece of evidence I found. One particular log.
What log?
If you really are Miss Morimura, then you should already know. 2 years before you were born, Ida-san extracted some information from 426 that in turn led to the discovery of the data log in question.
So why again does this matter?
You're about to find out. As for the log itself, it contains footage from the year 2188. It was found buried in the mainframe data during the analysis of 426. You seem very disturbed by me seeing that file. So much so, in fact, that you ended up deleting all of your logs. Would you mind telling me why you did that?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Well, at the very least, its contents suggested a connection to 426. Or even that he had been manipulating Miss Morimura. The log contained a very interesting report. Apparently, Juro Izumi downloaded memories onto Chihiro Morimura's clone.
426 was the one who overwrote my memories? So what does that mean? What are you trying to say? Your Morimura and I are both 426?
Lots of flashbacks in this one.
Don't know why I'm recording this. Nobody's going to hear it. Still, might as well. Not like I have anywhere else to share this. I was in the middle of a routine bug regression test, and I noticed part of the final phase had been altered. The change was made in Chihiro Morimura's host. The setting change looks like it'll trigger a memory overwrite. I don't know anything about the memory's contents, but it says the modifying user was Juro Izumi. Because someone thought it'd be a great idea to give that guy senior admin ID. And at this point, well, what the hell can we do about it? At least now I have proof. You're all hypocrites anyway. Yes, including you, jackass. So who even cares anymore? None of this matters. We're all dead anyway.
The log inconveniently revealed one of your secrets. One you were desperate to keep me away from. So you deleted it. That's my theory, anyway.
426 was the one who... So what you...
This refers to the Remember where this all began? It was the compatibility experiment. The one that produced you. Based off Miss Morimura's footage and your own admissions, I've completely misjudged the situation. All this time, I believed you were her. But even from the very beginning, you've been your own person.
So, what are you saying? I'm not Chihiro Morimura? If I'm not a duplicate of Chihiro Morimura, then who exactly do you think I am? If I'm not a dupe, then...
You're Chihiro Morimura.
Well, there you have it.
No, not Miss Morimura, the teacher. Professor Chihiro Morimura. The one from the year 2188. And the central figure of Shikishima's interstellar development project.
Can't say I saw that one coming.
Aegis activation confirmed. The terminal is completely sealed off.
We did it.
They've changed targets. The next terminal is just over there.
They're already on the move.
Can't even let us catch our breath, huh?
I haven't hit my operating limit yet, but I'm going
Didn't think we'd get any of the, I guess, original incarnations of the people in the current story.
You can relax, kids. I'm back in the fight.
I won't be long. It's up to you. Fine then. Let's roll, Yuki-chan. Chihiro-san.
Chihiro-san.
Look at that sunset. Just like it was back then. It's beautiful. I'm guessing you were monitoring me with a drone?
I have one locked on to you, yes. Their target's changed. They're coming back this way. It's dangerous here. We need to get you to safety.
Aw, don't tell me you're worried about me. How about you mind your own business? You already know how I feel. This is what I wanted.
Still.
More importantly, can you really afford to waste your time here? Or have you already given up? The invasion is still in its preliminary phase.
I've got time. First, I need to get you somewhere safe.
There are no safe places left. At least, none left for us. We're not safe anywhere. But you know that well enough. You're just losing precious time. Go focus on the job you're supposed to be doing.
Understood. I'll go. You'll find it safer towards the river. If, hypothetically, you wanted to know.
Wait. As long as we're both here, there's something I want to clear up. So, tell me. You were in love with Miss Morimura, weren't you? You said she was mind-hacked. But it was more about you being jealous, wasn't it?
That's hardly...
This may be our last chance to talk. Answer me.
You are correct. Is that what you wanted to hear? That I was driven by some cheap, naive impulse? That I can't think about anything else?
And that's why you brought back my memory too, isn't it? You never cared how you managed to do it. You just wanted her back.
So much.
I'm glad. You really were a slave to your desires. That's the Renya Goto I remember. It means I don't have to like you after all. Thank you. I think that's all I wanted to hear.
Professor,
You should go. After all, we still have our bet. Although it looks like I'm about to win it. You should go. What's wrong? Did you get separated from your mommy? Could you leave me alone? It's dangerous out here. Just come with me, okay? Will you just... What are you...
Elf 100. Easy.
Don't worry. If you can't find your mommy, I can help you look. We just have to run away right now, okay? Oh, there you are, Miwako. Usami-chan! I'm so glad you're okay.
Jeez, you're so reckless. You shouldn't have come this way.
Kisaragi, that girl is...
I know already. I'll get back to the battle once Miwako's safe.
Is someone else here?
Of course not. Never mind. The evacuation route's that way.
Can I bring her too? Hey!
That's fine, just hurry up. Strange.
Oops.
I know this is my first time here, but this suddenly makes me feel so... nostalgic.
Sunsets will do that, I find. Regardless of time period.
Yes, but... this must be... well, I suppose it must be one of those places. So? Where am I going?
I've rented an apartment under a false name.
Can't be any worse than our last accommodations. As long as it's not Rebel, I'll take it.
My apologies. If it's any comfort, I'm certain nobody will find you there. Not Shikishima, and certainly not Miss Morimura. I suppose we have Ida-san to thank for all this. The funds and paperwork he prepared were invaluable.
Tetsuya Ida. And he's still missing, is he?
Yes. Let's go. Chihiro-san.
You think I'm the professor?
That is what I said. You are Professor Chihiro Morimura, a major figure in Shikishima in the year 2188. Namely, the leader of its space initiative.
What are you even talking about?
Just some hypotheticals. A possible interpretation of the evidence I found.
Okay, say I am the professor. Remember, Miss Morimura is the one who created me. You think that was her plan? She wanted a host for the professor and not herself? How would that make sense? Okay, how would that make...
Ever since the battle that ended with the Sentinels infect This refers to the human... Miss Morimura ran an experiment to grant her clone compatibility. She believed that you were synchronized to her. She believed it was her own data she transmitted. But it was the other Chihiro Morimura in Sector 0. And of course, you entered the world as a newborn, incapable of verbal communication. So Miss Morimura never realized her mistake.
This is all speculation.
Certainly, yes. But if I'm right, and you are the professor, I imagine you were in quite a panic yourself. All things considered, it was a staggering deviation from the original plan.
What original plan?
But if I'm right, Among the logs from 2188, one of Tetsuya Ida's noted that he'd found an anomaly. Chihiro Morimura was set to undergo a memory transplant in the final phase. And the final phase, well, that would be us. The log from the future I saw first. That would be the comms log I found with my own ID. The first log I checked held some surprises. The author seemed to be an elderly Renya Goto. And the date of recording appeared to be 2188. I assumed it was some future version of myself. One that had time traveled into the far future. But now, I don't think that's the case. I believe it's the other way around. In other words, I myself am a clone of him.
I don't know where you think you're going with this.
A bit of patience, please. There's a little more context I need to provide. Every individual I saw in that log footage, they all created clones of themselves.
Clones? Huh?
I did find a log that proves this point.
What did you see?
A comms log between you and Professor Takamiya. Her field is genetic engineering, I note.
I don't know where you think you're...
But there's...
Professor Takamiya, how are the projections on those self-replicating probes? The simulations look good. Especially the survey range. We never expected a rate of expansion that high. It was definitely the right call to prioritize its strength as a group over individual units. These probes are pretty much living machines now. They self-replicate using natural resources mined from asteroids in their routing. They'll just keep building up and breaking down. An infinite cycle of self-replication on its way to its target. There's basically zero chance of the tech failing midway through. They'll just keep on going. Probably long after humanity's gone. Glad I came to an expert then. All that's left is the refinement of the memory cube. The infrastructural storage cell, right? The cube's made up of 5 identical memory layers. In theory, it'll compare itself to nearby probes and use them as a template for repairs. And if it can't be repaired, well... fine, 1 probe down. We've got thousands more. And our passengers? I'll be loading them up with the DNA of all the survivors. I've already got samples and data from all 15. Now it's just down to launching them. These clones will go with all our hopes on their shoulders. By the way, what do we do about him? I mean, after that DNA test. We do nothing. He doesn't have to know. What can I even say to him? Not much, I guess.
It's like the end of the game and you still can't just say their names.
There were 15 survivors of that colony, each with a clone established to be compatible. Though they grew up in different eras, different worlds. And you aimed to replace your clone's memories with your own. That was your real plan. Right now, I imagine your biggest question is precisely how much of that log I've seen. Am I close? You do have a genius mind, but also the form of a child. I imagine it's harder than usual to hide your agitation.
It's absolutely not... Now you're just trying to trick me? I don't know where you think you're going with it.
But there's... I'd say, based on that log, Professors Takamiya and Morimura seem to know each other quite well. Maybe you know something about that.
Of course not.
Then perhaps instead, Tsukasa Okino? Being compatible, that makes one part of his identity clear. He's one of the 15 from the year 2188. So, any theories? Who was he in the year 2188? Care to guess?
Stop it.
No? Then allow me to clarify. That boy, Tsukasa Okino, is Professor Chihiro Morimura's son. But not her child by personal, conventional birth. The professor donated her egg cells as a young woman, in accordance with the policies on population control. No comment at this time? Their blood relation wasn't exactly obvious, until DNA testing on the clone revealed it. The professor was faced with the truth. He was her son, which naturally sparked an inconvenient surge of maternal instinct. However, Okino himself didn't think highly of the professor. He had his disagreements with the project staff, too. When it seemed like her end was near, the professor recorded him one final message. One last chance for him to know the truth.
Stop! You saw that? But how? You'd need a biometric ID match to access that log. So you should only have been able to access your own. My logs and Okino's should have been locked off.
Thank you, Professor Morimura. Indeed, the files I could access were somewhat limited. Mostly company logs. Meeting reports, call transcripts, bureaucratic chaff. Barely anything in the way of your personal records.
Then, how do you know what was in my logs?
It's simple, really. That should do it for preparations. Now, let's see if the biometric authentication works. Did it go through? Looks like that got me past the initial barrier, at least. Now, with Miss Morimura's ID, I should be able to get into her logs.
Deja vu. Been in this place before. Ah. Okay.
Maybe, if I check Miss Morimura's logs, I might find a clue why your biometric ID matches hers. It really is her ID.
Iori Fuyusaka?
Though unconscious, she proved very helpful. She is Chihiro Morimura, a compatible version. If you really are Miss Morimura, then you should already know who Iori Fuyusaka is. Because that would mean you hid her here in Sector 4. The plan was for the two newborns to grow up with their own separate lives. Ida-san's idea, presumably. Chihiro Morimura was planned to be placed in 2104, and Tetsuya Ida in 2024, yet neither could be found.
I knew Renya Goto of Shikishima pretty well. You and he are very different. Except that you both make my life a lot harder. So, suppose I am the professor. Then what?
I want to know the truth. I want to know the reasons behind all of this. But that seems unlikely. I imagine you're not inclined to tell me anything.
And why's that?
It'd be inconvenient for you if we had all the facts. Considering you're trying to eliminate us. From the very beginning, you never intended for this world to survive. Oh?
Man, I guess it's a good thing I saved this for last. Because otherwise, like, every single one of his sections would be blocked off by something.
The kaiju! Why are they coming this way? The terminal's the other way. Oh, that's Sentinel. That's gotta be Iori. Hey, Iori! What's going on?
Iori-chan?
They all appeared on this side out of nowhere! Just keep running! That's easy to say, but where are we even supposed to run? Miwako, I'm sorry I couldn't get you somewhere safer, but I'll handle this.
Usami-chan? Usami-chan! Usami-chan disappeared. What the heck is going on? Don't worry. I'm going to protect you. Everything's gonna be okay. I need to stay logical. Logical. Just so you know, I didn't want to do this. I'm gonna try something. Honestly. Goto-kun! I know you can see me! You've got a drone up, right? I need you here right now! Goto? You don't mean... Goto-kun! Renya Goto? Yup. So you know him too? There you are. Goto-senpai! Where did you come from?
That's not important.
Chihiro-san, why did you call for me?
My senior ID can get me access to the higher level commands. But I still need the biometric authentication to get it started. So I'll need your help. Though, it's not a favor for me. I'm the one who's going to be helping all of you, in the end. Don't move.
Are you trying to shift from here?
I need you to step away.
Man, just left her
We're
out in the
inside
cold.
The underground UFO. The Sector 4 mainframe.
Also, subclown face.
What are you trying to achieve?
Maximum hypocrisy. Once I'm done here, your fight might get just a little easier. Get on the shifter already. I've established a connection to the system. My senior credentials should take care of the rest. Thank you. I didn't think you'd come back for me. I'm shifting you back. Now, let's get started, shall we? All units fighting the kaiju. Can you hear me?
Who's that? How'd you get on this channel?
Huh? Wait, you're the Gloomy Wicca was helping.
Chihiro. Is that you, Chihiro?
I'm Chihiro Morimura.
What? That's our teacher's name.
I'm going to evacuate the populace all at once. Readouts say 1.2 million people in Sector 4. They'll all be force shifted to the year 2025. As in Sector 3.
To the year 2025? You're shifting over 1 million people?
So you don't have to worry about any civilian casualties. That's all.
Wait a minute, Chihiro!
Initializing shift.
That would take a really long time to do it one by one like that. Or I guess, like a handful at a time. They showed 2 people in it at once.
Isn't this...
This game's jarring to watch, jumping around from stream to stream.
That should be everyone.
Oh, don't worry, it was pretty jarring to play, initially.
Unbelievable. Absolutely ridiculous. Why am I doing this?
Oh, you went through.
What's the meaning of this? How did you gain access? Explain yourself.
I'm Takatoshi Hijiyama. I just have one favor to ask of you.
A favor?
Well, it's kind of complicated, but I'm actually asking on behalf of someone else. A young man by the name of Okino.
Tsukasa Okino?
It became much less jarring as I played, because I got, you know, answers and bits and pieces of information I needed. But no, it was pretty bad at first. It's like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. Shit's all over the place.
This data is that you, Goto? It's been a while. The last time I saw you was 2 months before my death. Roughly a year ago, I think. Chairman Ogata. An AI construct based on Chairman Kengo Ogata. Why would this be in Morimura's files? I see. So this is how she managed to raise all those funds. She must have used this AI to access the Shikishima Chairman's hidden network. Not quite. I'm afraid that was originally my idea. The good Professor Morimura was only following my orders. So all of this was by design? Your design? Leaking the prototype nanomachinery to the black market? The catastrophic consequences? You're the one who exploited her. If you blame anyone, blame yourself. We were so close to losing Project Ark entirely. Now we must prioritize the project above all else. I'll finally have my second chance at life. You were planning on downloading yourself into a clone. A brave new Earth is waiting for me. I won't let you do this. What is Professor Morimura doing now? She's dead. By that hitman's hands, I presume. That's humanity. Self-destructive to the very end. Only a few survivors left now. I give them 3 days at most. My deepest condolences for your imminent death. Shut up, Construct. Your project is over.
Suppose I am the professor. Then what?
I want to know the truth. I want to know the reasons behind all of this. But that seems unlikely. I imagine you're not inclined to tell me anything.
And why's that?
It'd be inconvenient for you if we had all the facts. Considering you're trying to eliminate us. From the very beginning, you never intended for this world to survive.
You think I'm trying to destroy the world?
I do.
So you think I'm enabling the kaiju now? Even though I've got more reason to hate them than any of you?
That is true, at least. You're clearly not on the kaiju's side. After all, they are a threat to your primary objective, which would be to carry out the plan you formed in 2188. However, that plan may now be untenable. The situation has deviated too drastically. Recall when I brought you to the underground UFO? I believe you said something like, it was out of your hands. It was out of your...
This is the mainframe of the UFO?
Yes.
Honestly, Okino-kun, you can't take anything else in life seriously. So why do you put so much time into all this?
Okino.
Just talking to myself. More importantly, look at this mess. Something unpleasant must have happened here.
Most likely. A Shikishima android. Probably left here by Ida-san. They've all been shot. External damage suggests the weapon was a phaser. They're all out of commission. Too damaged to function.
I see. Let's get started then.
Is it really possible?
I have a fairly comprehensive grasp of this system. This abnormality all comes down to the decode, right? I should be able to get rid of it.
Why would Miss Morimura push for Operation Aegis if this was an option all along?
Well, you said it yourself. She's either being controlled by someone, or she could be trying to save herself.
That's not right. Hold on. That file system hadn't even been analyzed yet. How did you gain access?
I have a senior admin ID. Access privileges for the entire system.
You somehow got access to an account that high level?
Yes, I have my ways. This is no good. Sector 3's mainframe has been damaged in an attack. It's barely operational. I won't be able to process much here. Well, not much choice. I'll have to send direct instructions to the command ship.
Command ship?
The mothership in orbit. It can send commands directly to the UFO.
Is it an Ark? Some grand design from the people of the future?
Either that or a base of operations for an alien invasion. The comms channel to the command ship is cut off. Must be hiding somewhere beyond the horizon. Looks like about 35 minutes until the comms reconnect. But we don't have that long. Time to find another link.
Will this fix cut off the Kaiju's attacks?
It should be able to solve the problem at its core. However, we can't stop any commands that were already processed. That's out of my hands.
Which means... we'll still have to deal with the kaiju already generated. We don't know how many the factories have produced. If we could just verify their numbers. We're going to need the Sentinels after all.
That may be best. Operation Aegis is too much of a risk.
In other words, the decode's activation is a blow you cannot recover from. No matter how you try to fix it, your plan is irreversibly impacted. The most direct fix would be eliminating the decode. Then, you would just restart the loop anew. That would revert the situation back to the original plan, which is, in essence, your goal.
You're overthinking this.
In order to trigger a loop, you need them to destroy all the sector's mainframes. And therein lies your goal. You want this world destroyed so the timeline can be reset. But you have one major obstacle, and that's Operation Aegis. That would revert the situation. Aegis isn't just an ordinary defense system. It causes a terminal to seal itself off in self-defense, preventing anyone from using it to control the world. Once all the terminals are sealed off, we'll be severed from the mainframe, effectively preventing any further loop or extinction. But if that happens, your plan is null and void. We'd be stuck in a loop where your goal was impossible.
I have groceries I need to bring in, so I will be right back.